So today we are going to try RDR1 on Xenia Emulator because RDR isn't available on PC. So most of you guys had played RDR2 but did not play RDR1 as me. So I decided to go with emulator. I tried RPCS3, the PlayStation emulator, and Xenia emulator, which is Xbox emulator. I tried the both, but RPCS3 didn't give me like stable FPS. Xenia was able to provide me stable FPS with RDR1. Also, some games run better on RPCS3, some run better on Xenia emulator. So that depends on game. Also, emulator you won't be getting like a smooth experience. You will feel minor stutters even on high-end machine. Also emulator are mostly CPU bound. So let's just give you the intro of the specs, overview of the specs. So we are using RTX 3060 Ti. The driver version, latest driver version as of now is 531.41 we are using. There is no underclock or overclock profile, as you can see. Also all the GPU stats you can see here. BIOS version we are using this. Also the CPU we are going to pair is i3-12100F. The Mobo we are using is Asus Prime B660-M B660M-A. Also the memory sticks we are using is I guess two 8 GB sticks of XPG ADATA XPG D50. So that's overclocked XMP over profile overclocked to 3200 megahertz. Also the resizable bar is on. So let's get into the game and see how much FPS and how much stable experience we will have. The emulator benchmark is meant to be stable more than getting like most like 100-ish FPS. So yeah, let's get into the game. Also emulator consume too much of a CPU. Like all the emulators are more CPU bound than GPU, so they require like high-end CPU to run. It doesn't mean like you can run this game on like some 470 or something like that with this smooth gameplay. So you need a good GPU too, but emulator are mostly reliant on CPU. So as you can see, we are getting like above 30 FPS and smooth experience. I can't help you right now, I felt a little stuttered here. So let's run around the city so you guys get better idea. Even while running, like frames are changing, you will feel minor stutters, but FPS will stay above 30. It won't go away. Even here we are getting like above 50 FPS. So for the most part you will be getting like above 40 FPS, but you will drop under 40, but not that much. Also the frame time isn't that bad. It's bad, but not that bad that you can't even play. You can't expect much from an emulated game. Also it doesn't require much of a RAM, like it needs just 8 gigs of RAM and it is running fine on that. I have Discord and Chrome running behind, so even with that it is consuming only 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I felt a stutter. So city have tons of textures, buildings and all that stuff. That's why here inside the city texture FPS are dropping down. So yeah, so this is these are the FPS and sets you will get. Also the GPU is consuming 200 watt of power, which can be reduced by underclocking the CPU. So also the VRAM it is using is 4 gigs of VRAM, 4.7 gigs of VRAM. So you would need at least 6 gigs of VRAM to run this game like this on high-end setting. I did not drop down any settings or any applied any patch to lower down the settings or textures or anything. It's just a raw gameplay. So you will need at least 6 gigs of VRAM to run game like this, otherwise you will need to apply some patches to remove trees and all that stuff. So yeah, I guess you got the idea. Also the core clock is 1875 megahertz, so I guess that's good to go. You already get the proper idea, so to keep the video short, let's end it here. Peace out guys.